Right guys, welcome to my channel. In this video today I want to talk about life after university, post-university depression, because I experienced it and I know so many other people out there are going through this right this second. Now, when I came out of education, I saw a mountain. I knew I wanted to climb it. I just didn't know how to get up there. And it scared the shit out of me. It induced so much fear inside of me, and which later turned into self-doubt, low self-esteem, and this soon turned into depression. And it's not just happening to graduates, it's happened to school kids as well. Don't you think that's crazy? And I just wanted to just talk about it now. And before we get balls deep into why I got depressed after uni, I just want to get clear on what depression actually is. Because I hear the word get thrown around a lot, and it's a little bit annoying because you hear the guy coming back from my beef, he's popped a few pingers, he's eating nothing but shit food for the whole weekend, oh I feel so depressed, blah blah blah. Guys, that is not depression, that's just you treating yourself like a knob basically and feeling shit. Now, also, low mood isn't depression. Like, you might be pissed off at work, someone's fucked you off and he's made your mood really bad. That's not depression either. Depression is something a lot worse than both of these, and it is a lot longer than both of these as well. I didn't even know I had depression when I first came down. I remember my mum asking me, Henry, are you depressed? And at the time, I just denied it. I didn't have the confidence to be able to say it. I felt ashamed of myself. I was completely shy in front of everyone because I didn't know what, I didn't want everyone to know what I was feeling inside. And this question really sunk into my brain like quicksand, like portraying how clogged up my mind really was back then. And I remember staring at a wall for 3 days straight after this, thinking, am I depressed? And it became clear to me, like, there was no other explanation to my thoughts, behaviours and actions. I was depressed, and as soon as I told my mum, I ballsed up the courage, and it was the best thing that I ever done. And it's honestly 50% of the problem solved once you just speak out, because you've got the support, you've got someone to talk to, you've got advice, and from then on everything started getting better for me. So why did this all happen to me? Now, if you guys have been following me, you already know that I was on reckless cunt at uni. I was indulging in every single party drug I could get my hands on. I wasn't looking after myself, I wasn't eating well and all that stuff. But that wasn't the main reason to why I got depressed. There was two other reasons why. One of them was straight after uni I had a hip operation, and this made me invalid for like 3 to 4 months. And I remember at the time I had no clue about self-care. My recovery was just popping a shitload of codeine and smoking weed, which was good for pain, but this was really bad for my mind. And also after this I didn't know what to do. I was completely lost and confused, so I went on a ski season and carried on the uni lifestyle, and obviously this wasn't very good either. But there was also a deeper reason to this, a deeper reason to my negative thinking, and it really makes me think, why are so many other people getting depressed after graduation? And here's now what I think why I actually did get depressed. And it's because the whole time when you go for education, you go and get your GCSEs, you go and get your A-levels. Oh, if you're intelligent enough, you go to uni, and if you're a bright spark at uni and get a good grade, you're going to go and get that dream job that you can have, and you'll live happily ever after. You'll be able to afford a mortgage, you have your kids and whatever. And I felt like everyone's just getting sold this dream, where in actual fact, in modern day society, it's completely different to this. And people are coming out of uni and thinking, what now? And I remember leaving university, I was completely lost and confused. I didn't have a fucking clue how to look after myself, how to manage my own thoughts, let alone run a fucking business, guys. And I went to business and studied business management. I got a 2-1, so according to the system, I'd done really well, and I was qualified to run a business. But all I knew was how to regurgitate a fucking book and reference someone in order to write an essay to get my degree. I didn't have a clue on how to manage myself, how to manage my internal thoughts or anything like that. And the reason why I speak so passionately about this is because if I would have known all this stuff back then and known how to manage negative thinking and whatnot, and have the coping mechanisms, skills that I have now. I honestly don't believe that I would have got depressed. And I learned all of this as soon as I realised that I had a problem, and I got CBT, I got therapy, I got a life coach. And it really makes me question, like, there's no wonder why people go through their midlife crisis at the average age of 43, because everything in education is about managing your external environment. There's nothing in there about your internal environment and managing your own thoughts and whatnot. And I honestly believe now, after everything that I've been through, is that you can create your own destiny through just through your own thinking and managing your thoughts the correct way. So would I have got depressed if I didn't abuse drugs and if I didn't have the hip operation? All in all, like, who the fuck knows? You can't say, can you? But all I'm saying is that I don't think I would have come out of education and been in that great a place, to be honest, because I still didn't have a fucking clue what I wanted to do. And I was looking at this world like it was a big fucking mountain, and I was shit scared. And just the other stuff, such as the aforementioned things that I've said, like the hip operation, like the drugs, that was just other catalysts that made this happen a lot quicker. And I would have been that 43-year-old that comes down with depression once they start rethinking their life and their values. But all in all, guys, I'm actually glad that this has happened to me now, because I've got all the new skills, I've had new experiences, I've definitely got new values, and I've definitely got new goals about how I see the world and whatnot. And I'm actually really grateful for that now. So if you are actually feeling depressed and you're lost and confused after education, or you're in education, just like, the best advice I can give you is that you've got to seek help. You've got to be willing to learn. You've got to have a willingness to change, and you've got to acquire all this knowledge and develop your own skills and own coping mechanisms that work for you. And looking back, as soon as I came out and told my mum that I was depressed and got the help, it really was the turning point for me, and it really was the moment I began to start getting better. And at the time, you feel like there's no hope. You feel like there's no way that you're going to get better from this, and it feels like it takes ages. But now looking back, it doesn't actually take that long in the whole grand scheme of things. Guys, we're here on the earth for like 80 to 100 years. Like, you've got time, and you're only young, and there's a whole life ahead of you. And I've now got the ability to turn depressive episodes into an hour, a day, or weekend at tops, instead of months on end, instead of years, instead of your whole life. So it's really, really, really valuable to acquire that knowledge and just have a willingness to learn and get a coach and get help, basically. Just ask people and just accept help. That's all it really is. Now, thanks for listening, guys. If you do like the content, it would be great if you can like and share and subscribe. Also, if you want a more in-depth analysis and article of what I've just gone over, my blog in the link below has a few more stories and is a lot more in-depth there. And there's a couple more links for my other social media accounts. So, yeah, if you've watched this far, thank you very much. I do really appreciate that. And, yeah.